That's right. Yay! Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stalwart Initiative. We are back after a couple week break. I guess what a 1 week break means 2 weeks between games. We're back from a break, and we're very excited to get back into it. Our Dark Tides over Bilgewater. There we go. Campaign. Oh yeah, if I read over there, look at that. That we're running. It's based on the D&D Beyond material of the same name. That is a crossover event with Riot Games. I really hope they continue with this. I've done reviews on all the subclasses on our YouTube channel, and I'm just super impressed with with how they've handled it, and they've offered all this material as free, even though for right now it's kind of a temporary thing. But that's okay. It's okay. Let's take advantage of it as we can. Oh, there's people in chat. Hi, Kay, PH, what's up? Glad to see everybody. I'll hop into chat here as soon as I get everything set up. Let me know if audio's jacked up, because this is a new mixer and I don't understand it yet. So learning is growing and shit. Hooray. Yes, Ian will be back with us here. He had to attend to some real life stuff. Let's go around and meet all our players, and then I'll do a recap, and we'll hop right into the game. So, Jillian, can you bring us off with introduce yourself and Bryony to us today, please?
Yes, I'm Jillian of Midgard, most places on the internet. Jill of Midgard on Twitter. I'm playing Bryony. She is a half-orc barbarian of the depths and is currently underwater, where she feels right at home mostly, and we'll see how that goes for her. And yeah, I'm excited. We were in some combat. That's where Bryony shines. She's got a big sword and a lot of muscles, and I think it should be fine. I mean, I'm not worried. Are you worried?
Yeah, that coincidentally worked out really well with you and Tannen going down there, both having swim speeds and being pretty comfortable in the water. That worked out very well. Awesome. Thanks, Kay. Thanks for the heads up. I will try to adjust this audio here. Very far? You're very far from... Okay. I don't fucking know how this works here. All right. We'll try this. Does that sound any better? I hope so. What else would sound better is if we slid on over and got to catch up with Strider. Strider, can you introduce us to yourself and Cammy, please, for today?
Cammy's got chum on her tits. Hey everyone, please pardon the noise of my box fan. My room is, at a guess, rough estimate, somewhere around 5,000 degrees Kelvin right now. I am playing Cammy. She's a manic lady surgeon completely off her rocker and currently covered in chum.
Yes, that is something we're going to have to deal with very quickly, as it might cause problems. Yeah, I'm with you, brother. This giant box fan on my back, hopefully it's not pouring into the microphone and causing problems. But I know that someone who tends to pour into our hearts. Kat, can you introduce yourself and Bonnie to us today, please?
Hi, I'm Kat at Clerk of Cord. I'm playing Bonnie. I apologize for the muffled sound in the mask, but we've had some exposures and illness here at the house, and I'm trying to protect the rest of my family, so the mask. Bonnie is a pirate. Bonnie is a pirate wench through and through. She has a nice big gun that she calls the little lady, and she's super protective of Cammy, and she's also covered in chum and getting ready to face off against a massive wharf rats. So she's ready to blast a few of those into smithereens and create some more chum. Awesome.
And let's swing it on back. Speaking of chum, buddy chum of mine, Ian, can you introduce yourself and Tannen to us, please?
So, hey everybody, I just got done buying a car, so congrats to that. My name is Ian. I've been doing these community one-shots for a little bit now, and it's been really fun. I've been playing D&D for about 15, almost 16 years now. Got really into it as a kid with like second edition AD&D, but I didn't have anyone to play when I was that young, so I just read through books, And now that I'm older and a little wiser, I can meet people online and play, and for me, that's great. Tannen in D&D parlance is a rogue hobgoblin. He is I believe the class is the wild card, the subclass, uh, from the Runeterra D&D Beyond supplement. Tannen is kind of the grizzled older gentleman of the group. He's been a pirate for a very long time, made a career out of it, and one of the things that's kind of started happening in the group dynamic, it's coming out more and more that he's been with Bonnie and Bryony for a while and is constantly trying to make sure things don't get too out of hand. And I think that's fun. I always like playing dad or older brother characters. In terms of physicality, just imagine a kind of close to 6 foot tall, dark tanned, green tanned skin, hobgoblin, piercing gold eyes, a very sun-kissed appearance of kind of blackish, whitish, like he's graying. He's in on his years at this point. And I don't want to say Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean, but maybe a few years younger. That's your overall image of Tan. And right now, he's probably about to get eaten by a shark or a dragon turtle. So hopefully, the wild card class can get him out of that.
Yes, hoping so. Yeah, just did like I said earlier, I just did a review of that class not too long ago, and yeah, I didn't realize the versatility that you can get in there, especially starting at level 9. I wish we had the time to push it farther to that. But yeah, it is a very versatile rogue and helpful too, like group dynamic helpful, which is not usually the rogues forte. They're usually help by dealing a shit ton of damage and by using skills. But let's hope let's hope your skills are enough to get you out of this sticky situation. So let's do a little recap as it's been a while. Our Bonnie, Bryony, and Tannen were crewmates on the ship known as the Squall Carver, and when they docked into Bilgewater, the pirate city that this is taking place in, as soon as they got off with the guest of the ship, Rumble, who was a Yordle, which is kind of a furry gnome-like creature, and they got off the ship, they turned around to see their captain being murdered and kicked off the side of the ship, and the Squall Carver began to pull away and leave. So our party has been kind of stranded here. It's not a big deal. Bilgewater is full of commerce and business and opportunities should you choose to live a life of danger and explore them. Our party has kind of gone off of the money they made with Captain Carver, who was the one who was murdered. As part of his crew, they've made money, and they're kind of eking their way out, looking for the next job or the next crew to move into, or wherever the tide takes them. When they ended up stopping a bar fight, and Tannen got pretty injured, so they went to a bar fight. Kind of a bar fight, but one-sided. Our party went to a surgeon, a makeshift surgeon that they know of from the pirates circle that they've been traveling in, and Cammy is a one hell of a surgeon, and she was hanging down in the Flophouse district doing some on-spot surgeries, making some coin and some contacts, and she was hailed and came back, and now our party of 4 has gone off to help Rumble, who was a passenger on the Squall Carver, retrieve some items that he says he needs since he lost his cargo whenever the mutiny happened on the ship and they took off with the ship. He had some very precious cargo that he's delivering to the city of Piltover, which is a city of invention and of wonder. And he says he's a pretty influential and wealthy figure in Piltover, and he promises to pay you all very well if you just help him get these things and get him to Piltover like was originally planned. That he'll be able to pay you more because he doesn't have to pay the captain, who then pays you, so on and so forth. So the shares should be pretty hefty. And that's where we kind of left off. We went down to the docks, tried to persuade a dock worker, a slaughter dock worker known as Kiln, and a tiefling who was supposedly making a deal with Rumble, but backed out at the last second. Rumble needs a Kraken eye, or a Kraken lens, I guess specifically, and he needs it for something. And this guy said he would sell it to him, but he backed out in favor of selling the Kraken lens to a high priestess of the Buru, known as Alawi. And so Rumble was pretty much SOL on that one, and he said, okay, well, let's explore going to talk to Alawi and trying to convince her to sell it back to me, or whatever, or cancel her deal, or whatever the case may be. But in the meantime, the other thing that Rumble needs is a special topaz pendant that he has found out. He can pull the special topaz from a pendant on a dead body in an area of Bilgewater known as White Wharf. White Wharf is the graveyard of Bilgewater, and it's essentially a part of the bay that is set aside that is full of buoys, and the dead bodies are tied and weighted to the bottom of these buoys, so that they are down in the water. This is called White Wharf because of the massive amounts of seagulls that shit all over these buoys, and they're all essentially white now from years of seagull crap. And but this topaz pendant has been pointed out to Rumble, and he showed all of you which grave that this is under. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to swim, and will probably die trying to go down and get this topaz. Bryony and Tannen have dove into the water and have made it down almost to the body when they saw this large shark-shaped figure swimming around them in the water. At the same time, up on the docks of White Wharf, Bonnie and Cammy were waiting waiting for this to be done and over with Rumble, and they heard a giggling, and they turned around and they saw this little fish creature, the size of a yordle, but definitely not a yordle. They saw this little fish creature laughing at them. And this fish creature threw a bucket of chum all over them. Oh shit, what's going on? Sorry. Sorry, Chad. And it threw a bucket of chum on them, and as soon as it threw the chum on them, the swarm of what are they called? Wharf rats. Basically a rat with the front end of a tiny shark and a tail with a fin on it. Terrifying creatures. Do I still have that picture? Let me see. I hope so, because these things are flipping terrifying. I don't.
And also not too far off from actual wharf rats.
Yeah. They're just a minor step above, but barely. So this swarm of wharf rats. I'll try to find the photo while we're doing stuff. Have come up and are charging Bonnie and Cammy and Rumble, and because dinner's on, slop's on. So that is where we ended the last session, with the beginning of combat and a party. Let's roll initiative. We are doing this with dice because I don't have everything set up on D&D Beyond, unfortunately. You know, buying 3 copies plus of the player's handbook and all the other books just is not in my capability. So I'd love to get into D&D Beyond, but yeah, I just can't afford to start all over and buy all the books again, especially when I bought hard copies of some and then roll 20 copies of most. Just not, can't do it. All right, sticky notes, initiative flavored sticky notes. All right, let's put on some combat music. Oops.
I've got dice that have like little moss chunks in them and like copper leaf, and I'm gonna pretend that they're little seaweed chunks.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's what's happening today.
I guess moss chunks can pass for that pretty easily. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Okay.
Combat music. Initiate. Okay, so we have... Let me roll... Yeah, a d12 probably wouldn't work the best. Wow, that is really serious. Okay, does anybody have over a 24? Okay, what you got, Bunny?
27.
27, nice. 27. Okay, 24 to 20. No, okay. 20 to 15. Okay, what you got? What do you have, Bryony?
18.
18. Tannen?
16.
Okay. So, 16. Cammy, what you got for initiative?
5.
5. Okay. 5. Oh wait, I gotta roll for the. Oh, that changes things a bit. Okay. Squeeze right between the two of you. Okay, who Bonnie, who had 18? Bryony?
Tiny, yeah.
Okay. And let's see here. And Tannen, you had 16, right?
Sir.
Okay. And Cammy, 5. Okay. Oops, that's right there. Okay, Bonnie, you're up. So, Bonnie, to set the scene, you're essentially on the end of a pier. Not necessarily a pier, because a pier juts out. A boardwalk. You're on the end of the boardwalk. You and Tannen, or you and Cammy were kind of watching to see what's going on with Bryony, and you and Cammy are watching to see what's going on with Bryony and Tannen, and you hear this giggling, and you turn around, and you see this small fish creature with a bucket chums you down. I don't think actually got you, did it? I think it only got Cammy. Okay. We'll say that it got your shoes, but that's about it. Your shoes and ankles. Because I think you passed that deck save. But Cammy and Rumble definitely got chummed down. And as this small... go ahead and roll a history check, Bonnie. This small fish-looking creature.
It's a nat 1.
Nat
for
1? Okay.
A 3 total.
All I can tell you is that there are creatures in this world, and this would be known to everyone. There are these creatures in the world called Vastaya, and Vastaya are pretty much encompasses most of the anamorphic creatures in the world in Runeterra, and it's more of the equivalent of like a Fey ancestry. They have like cute turtle people, and they have fox people, and they have all this other stuff. They all fall into this phylum kind of Vastaya. This doesn't look like any Vastaya you've ever heard of, but yeah, it looks very capable. It has a little tiny trident, and it just kind of looks like it looks like a child almost.
How far away is it?
It is right now currently 30 feet from you, Cammy, and Rumble.
Okay, that's the first shot.
Okay. So the thing has the bucket. It throws the bucket down, and it's just kind of like, yeah, and
That's a 26 to hit.
Woof! That'll hit. Holy ball.
Oh, that's not much for damage. That's 10 points of damage.
10 points. Okay. Okay, you fire off the first shot, and this creature is moving pretty quickly. It's just kind of bouncing around, and it doesn't look like it just looks like it's playful and having fun. And you shoot, and you see a small chunk of its shoulder just explode, and it looks at you very wide-eyed, like aghast that such violence has been committed in the midst of its playtime. And as it does, it looks up at you and just kind of looks at you grimacingly.
She looks back and goes, and then fires again.
The little creature looks sad.
That's a 23 to hit
23 hits.
for another 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, and one of the nice things about this class, the gunfighter, for this is that at 7th level you get a little feature called Cunning Shot. Even though your foes appear to have no weaknesses, damage dealt by your firearm ignores resistances and immunities. So that's a nice little.
It's so wonderful that you put that you just said that right when you did, because I was just getting ready to say that he uses his, and I forgot about that feature. He uses his evasion feature on that second attack. Yeah, which would have bought him resistance, but seeing as how he cannot be resistant to your bullets, he starts skipping and he jumps up on the trident, and he's like kind of, haha, I'm gonna avoid it. And yeah, you adjust for that movement, and you already are 2 steps ahead of him, and you blast for the second shot, dealing another 10 damage.
And then I move to step. The wharf rats are already coming. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're like 10 feet. They're almost within melee range. They're 10 feet, 10 feet in front of you, between you and this fish creature, and there's probably about 6 wharf rats altogether.
Okay, I'm gonna step just in front of Cammy so that I'm between Cammy and the rats.
Okay. You take 1 step. The smoke's roaring off roaring out of the barrel of the gun, and you're reloading and getting ready for the next round.
Yep.
Very nice.
My turn.
Very nice. The fish creature is looking at itself and is like, is not very happy. Doesn't quite say anything. To the side, since you are on the boardwalk, there is a line of buildings. White Wharf itself is kind of at the end of the boardwalk. That way, it's that whole crescent shape at the very end that are all the buoys and the graveyard for Bilgewater. But not far in, the buildings start, and they don't stop. Bilgewater is tight real estate, so there are buildings along every boardwalk, along every place that they can squeeze one in. And the creature begins to run and hop towards the closest building. There are quite a few stacked crates and barrels and broken pieces of ship laying at the edge of this building, and as it appears to double time it, probably about 80 feet worth of movement, if we were to be on the technical side, it dives into a large clump of this debris that is stacked up at the end of the buildings in White Wharf.
Maybe you'll think twice before doing that again.
Yeah. The joyous childlike mischief has escaped the thing's face as it kind of flees and jumps into this pile of stuff to hide. And that is its turn. Next up, we have Bryony. Bryony, you're up.
All right. How close? Give us a location of how close are we to the body we were going after? Have we seen it yet? what's the orientation of us right now?
That's right. I need to paint that picture for you. So, you and Tannen have dove down into the water, and you are just coming up on the body. You're judging by looking up how many buoys and dead bodies you've swam past to get to where you're supposed to. Not hard navigating because you are so close to the surface, and you both are so akin to the water itself anyway. You swim, and you when this all went down and you saw the figure, you're about 10 feet away from the body that you need, from the grave, we'll call it, because they are wrapped in a almost mummy-like wrapping when they're put down here. It's some kind of special cloth that keeps predators from chewing on them. Makes it a very unattractive taste or smell for most predators, and it's like a mummy wrapping, but it's a strange material, and also helps weight them. You're like 10 feet away from this, and you see the shadow probably 20 feet. No, you don't have that much vision. White Wharf isn't like a nice crystal Caribbean beautiful water, so we'll say 10 feet. So we'll say right on the other side of the body, you see this shape. So the figure itself is probably 15 feet, but the silhouette you see is about 10 feet. You start seeing it 10 feet in front of you, and it is roughly the shape of a large shark.
Sure, it's fine. Nothing to worry about. I look back at Tannen. Since nothing has accosted me yet, I take a nice big inhale of what is essentially sewage and dive a little deeper, because I can breathe water even though this is kind of like breathing scummy, gross, filled water, and head towards the body. I've got like a Bowie knife in my tusks, like somewhere, probably by the hilt, because the tusks, and like it's coming outside. So just try to imagine it. I'm sure you can wrap your mind around that. And then, so I'll get to the body, and I will like start trying to cut open the wrapping with the Bowie knife.
Oh, okay. You swim over to the body, easy as the day is long, and you get over there and you start trying to carve in it. As you do, you remember that. Make a history check with advantage. Yeah. I would say because of your subclass, you probably know how this works.
Highest one was an 18. History is a -1, so that'll be 17.
Okay, that's still pretty good. You remember that these bindings are more geared towards things not biting or slashing through them, so you're probably better off to start prying them off, because they do have a little bit of give. If you pry them and then slide it down, take a layer and pry it, slide it down, you're kind of like unsheathing it at that point. But they are resistant to any kind of slashing or stabbing.
Okay, I'll just I'll realize that's what's happening. Switch my approach a little bit. My rage ends because not attacking being attacked. So that'll be my turn, just trying to like figure that out.
To keep your rage up, you can probably treat it as an attack, like grappling, shoving, tripping. Like those are all special attacks. They're still considered attacks. Okay. So if you're like grabbing it and grappling it, and we could say that, you're using do an athletics check.
Yep.
And with advantage because you're raging.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And let's say you're ripping and tearing at it like a rage. That way you don't have to lose rage for something silly.
I rolled 2 10s. Both dice had a 10 on it, and plus 7, so 17.
Oh, okay. You start peeling off the layers of this body, and since these are hung upside down, and you have to peel from the top going down, you get to like the 17. You get to like the upper thigh. You've pretty much uncovered that much of it, and you see like the little pieces of tissue start floating away. Now that it's not all bound tightly together and preserved, you see like the ankle, the skin tissue on the ankle begin to start floating into the water. But yeah, you successfully uncovered a large portion of this, and you see the silhouette begin to circle around, and Tannen is right behind you. So Tannen, you see it start to kind of go into your periphery, and you don't hear it, and you don't feel it yet. It's not. It seems very, whatever it is very smooth in the water, because once you get down here, you can feel large disturbances once they're close enough to you, especially with swim speeds and such. But we'll come back to that, because it is the. Are you done, Bryony? Any other?
Yes.
Okay.
I will just do that. I'll kind of, any chunks of flesh that come off of this thing, I will just kind of push in the direction of this creature, maybe to help distract from it coming over here all the way. I don't know if it'll do anything, but I'll just kind of like wave them in that direction.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're pulling this off, and you see the skin and tissue begin to float, and you start pushing it back, because this thing is rounding your side at this point. You start pushing it back, but the farther the tissue moves, the more it breaks apart and just becomes little tiny. Whatever this body is, this body's been here a while. This is not a nice fresh kill. This is old meat, yo. Speaking of old meat, let's have the wharf rats take a turn. Let me pull up their stat block. Oh, chat, shit, I messed up the video. There we go. All right, chat. I forgot to pull a picture for you guys. Oh wait, I did have it. I do have it. Okay. Let me assert my technological dominance. I'm joking. It owns me. Let's see here. Wharf rat. I did just download a little bit ago the wharf rat picture, and I'm only doing this. I'm only breaking the flow of combat just because this picture is so fucking terrifying. There we go. Oh, it's even PNG.
I'm
transparent.
Bryony's probably going to wonder if there are survivals, if these things can be domesticated, because I think they're kind of cute.
To Bryony, they probably would be kind of cute. Yeah, they are the size of rats, and yeah, they're pretty vicious and intelligent in numbers, but by themselves, whatever. But that is just such an awesome picture. It's up on Twitch now. Such a vicious and awesome picture, as this small squadron of wharf rats head in towards Bonnie. I guess Bonnie is out front now, and they're not picky. Some was on your legs, so all 6 of them begin to their little gnawing faces, shark-like faces, jump towards you and start trying to bite the ankles. Let me pull up the stat block here. Oh, D&D Beyond. I wish I was good at D&D Beyond. I wish I had the material, because it's so easy to use with things like this. I can just click and it gives me all the good stuff. Okay, so we have okay, gotcha. All right, so the first one, all 6 of them. Well, hold on. Let me make them make an intelligence check, just in case. Never mind, that's horrible. Okay, all 6 of them jump at you, Bonnie, and one by one they come in, and you start trying to like smack them away and get them to keep their distance on you. Let's do the what is that, +4 to hit. These are not huge combatants. They're essentially like dire rat worthy stuff. 13 plus 17. Does a 17 hit?
AC is 15.
Okay. The first one lunges at you, or we'll say the second one, because we'll let you get that stiff arm in there and smack one away. The second one lunges in at you and starts gnawing on your leg. Nom 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 nom. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage. Where's my D4s at? Real dice. You know what's weird is I've been using real dice almost more than I did before COVID. Now, but with this campaign being like this, and then I have one that is over Zoom that uses real dice. Okay, So 2 plus 2. So 4 points of piercing damage as the first one starts latches onto your ankle and is and tears a little piece of the ankle tissue. Not the same ankle tissue that Bryony's dealing with, mind you. This is fresh, and with fresh ankle tissue comes fresh blood. Blood begins to start plopping out on your ankle and down into your boot, and it's almost a visible sight as the other wharf rats. Yeah. They did 3 lines of coke real quick, and they are tuned in to this.
Yep.
They do have keen smell as a feature, and also blood frenzy. So, the wharf rats are more of a nuisance than anything. Unfortunately, once wharf rats get a scent for your blood, it's very difficult to get them to back off. So the other 5 will be taking their attack with advantage, which is ridiculous. But 15.
Feeding frenzy.
15 as the second one jumps in. You said your AC is 15. Do you have any
Yep.
parries or any of that bullshit? No. Okay.
Nope.
I didn't figure the gunslinger class. What's
Fighter.
Yeah, but what was the subclass? Wild card.
Is it it's not renegade, is
The
it?
depths.
Is it renegade?
Paths to the depths. Ah, you're killing me. Not you, me. I'm killing me.
I should have it written down, but I don't.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It is probably renegade. It's something like that.
Yeah, I think it's renegade.
Yeah, just the whole thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's renegade.
So 15. 15 for the second one, and that damage is 1d4 plus 2, so 2 plus 2 again. Another 4 points of piercing damage as the second one jumps on you.
Okay.
And they're all gnawing at your legs because the rest of you isn't really covered in anything that they are all horned up about. The third one attack, nope, 3 and 1, so 7. That is going to miss. The third one comes, and you manage to get your rifle, Little Lady, right? That's the name of Little Lady. You manage to get the butt of Little Lady down, and as the third one jumps towards your legs, you smack it in the forehead with Little Lady, and it just kind of does a comical little. If you weren't getting eaten right now, comical little nasty little shark face. All right, sorry, Chad. I'll zoom this little thing right here out. We don't need it. Okay, what is that? That's the third, fourth attack. 2 natural ones. Holy balls. We're gonna say that one dove so far that you caught it with your rifle as it's passing you, and you kind of punted it over the edge into the water, putting it out of the fight for now. You know these things can swim, so it won't be long, but it's probably going to lose a round for its insolence. Because that's 2 natural ones it deserves to pay. That's 4. 5 is not. That's an 18. 22 to hit for 5. 4 plus 2. 6 points of piercing damage from the fifth one. They are beginning to gather up. Is that clipping? No. Okay. Gather up on your legs, and they're biting. They're kind of climbing each other, each trying to get the highest point of fresh meat. And the sixth one is double 11s. What's it with its doubles? 15. Okay, so
It's AC, so.
Okay. That's 1 plus 2, 3. So 3 more points of piercing damage. As several of these wharf rats are now frenzied and on your legs and gnawing away.
Not a problem.
As they do that, though, that is their turn. And let's zoom back down to Tannen. Tannen, you have no idea what's going on. As far as you know, as far as you guys are aware, they're just waiting for you up top side. Not a big deal. But what is a big deal is this large silhouette that is now almost to your 9 o'clock. It's just trying to get it. It looks like it's starting to go around you. What would you like to do?
So first, just mic check real quick to see if you can hear me.
Good to go.
So, Tannen, who, like his player, has the rational fear of shark-shaped anything, is gonna follow the creature around as it's kind of circling us, and just frantically start patting Bryony on the back, like, because he can't breathe underwater, and this is slightly terrifying. And is how far away would you say the creature is from us?
15 feet. It is purposely keeping a distance at this point. It seems like the same distance, as though it is circling around and maybe gauging what you guys are. Though you can't see its features, you do see the silhouette at 10 feet. So the presumption is that it's at 15 feet, the actual body itself, and you start seeing its features at 10.
So Tannen, kind of treading water there, not wanting to leave Bryony behind, but still kind of not okay with what's going on. He's going to, from the innards of his coat, produce a little hand crossbow and just ready in action to, if the thing gets within melee distance or looks like it's about to come within melee distance, just shoot straight between the eyes.
Okay. So you pull out your hand crossbow, and yeah, we'll say that before it gets in melee distance, so you don't have disadvantage because of it being right up against you or anything. We'll do that as if it comes in close, blast it. Okay.
And I think that will be Tannen's turn. He's just kind of guarding Bryony's back to guard face to get away from this.
Okay. Now, do you swim over towards Bryony, or are you still keeping a few feet of distance between you and her?
Yeah, I think I'll have swum toward her just to be able to have patted her on the back. This is terrifying. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're kind of like back to back.
Back to back underwater. Nice.
Just don't make any sudden movements.
Too late.
What do you mean?
He's already been doing this, like, help. Yeah. So that would be his turn, and if that thing gets anywhere near us, just try and nail it between us. It has eyes, right?
You don't know yet, but it looks like a shark.
Okay.
Actually, Tana, make a nature check. Yeah, let's do that. Tana, make a nature check. Do it with advantage.
Okay. I mean, you're asking a rogue to make a nature check. It's not gonna be high.
That's true. Well, you have advantage due to what is getting ready to transpire here, because it is the thing's turn.
Okay, so I got a 9 and a 12, because I get -1 to that particular. So yeah, 12.
Okay, 12. Okay, 12. So you are preparing. You tap Bryony on the shoulder. You get your hand crossbow ready, and as you hold it out and you see the thing begin to stop circling, and actually looks like it's coming closer. In a blink of an eye, it goes from a silhouette to a very, very lifelike face with eyes, and they it is essentially what looks to be, and Tana would know what dragon sharks are. This is a dragon shark, but you've seen a few of them in the slaughter docks as people have brought them in. They sell parts. It's actually pretty good meat. But this one is very unique. It looks like it has some kind of strange, like, armor plating on its forehead, and that runs down the center of its back. 2 large eyes, and it has an underbite, a almost orc-like underbite with long teeth that go up around its face in front of its eyes. So if you were to, like, bump it, or it bumps something, it's actually like a bumper guard in front of its face, with its teeth are that long. And what'd you roll on that nature check?
I got a 12.
Okay, yeah. You see a large dragon shark-like creature heading straight for you, and its jaws open up. Go ahead and make the shot.
Right.
I say, just don't bleed or defecate or piss in the water, and it'll probably leave us alone.
It's okay. My pants are brown, so we're good.
You wore us brown pants.
Oh my god. So nat 1 to hit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got 8, but I rolled a nat 1.
All right, we'll throw something fun in there for that. You panic, and as you said, the Tannins is pretty scared around shark-shaped things, and as this shark's face fills your entire field of view, and you shoot, and it goes up. Oh man, nobody's watching. Bonnie and Cammy are both dealing with shit up there. As the bolt just kind of bloop, hops out of the water and then lands on the top and just floats there. This shark keeps on coming towards you. Its jaws
There's a
open
wharf
wide.
rat frantically swimming towards it, like, something to hang on to.
What? To be thrown in a direction. Oh, okay, cool. It's going to attack you, Tannen,
Where's
as
it?
its jaws open wide, and it's going to try to bite you.
My literal worst.
Nope, straight roll. Wow, that is a horrible roll. 3 + 9. I'm going to assume a 12 does not hit.
Oh, thank God I'm dexterous. No, it does not.
Okay. It opens its jaws wide, and even though Tannen's kind of panicked right now, you manage to keep enough of your cool to not only slide to the side, but reach back and nudge Bryony. And as you do, Bryony, you're working on getting this stuff off the dead body, and you feel your body shift to the side, and you see this humongous, well, I mean, as far as size-wise, if we're going to do size, it is considered a huge creature. A huge shark-like creature zoom past you and this dead body, and you see other dead bodies just go dunk, dunk, like just get smacked to the side as this dragon shark cuts its way through the water. That is going to be its turn. Really? Only one attack? That's fair. That's a shitty attack. That's fair.
You're just gonna see a bunch of bubbles coming up from Tannen's mouth as it goes.
Okay. Next up, the shark's turn is over. Cammy, you came here to accompany these. Your friends, as far as pirates go, friends quotation marks, came to accompany them on this little mission. It was supposed to be somebody dives in, they grab the thing for the little yordle dude, and they hop back out, and you guys leave. 2 people hopped in. Who knows what's going on with them? And now Bonnie is being swarmed by wharf rats, and that little fish thing has seemed to be hiding or whatever. What would you like to do?
Oh, Cammy is beseeching the wharf rats.
I swear we taste awful. She tastes like tavern floors and E. coli, and I taste like flop sweat and disappointment.
Wow.
I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians, 3rd level conjuration spell.
Ooh, nice.
I call forth spirits to protect us. I'm going to name Bonnie as a safe party that they will not mess with.
Oh,
An
okay.
affected creature, though, all the wharf rats, their speed is halved. And anytime they enter my area for the first time on a turn or start the turn in 15 feet of me, they take 3d8 damage.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're pretty confident. Doing a lot of your operations in the Flophouse region, you've seen quite a few wharf rats. Normally, unless they're in packs, they don't individually. They don't mess with anyone here usually. But when they come out in packs like this, it's best to do what you're doing and just show them who's boss and do a little AoE action. They must have seen this before because they all kind of panic as they're gnawing on Bonnie's flesh, and they see all these small. What do your little spirit guardians look like? What do you have them manifest like?
I kind of like to think that they're Feywild-esque little butterflies flitting about.
Okay. The wharf rats just kind of, as they're chewing on flesh, looking at these little butterfly-type creatures spinning around them. They're pretty dumb. I mean, they're, 2 intelligence. Yeah, they don't quite get it. But they do look in amazement as they're having their afternoon meal. And any bonus actions or movement, Cammy?
Just a ready in action to shove or yank Bonnie out of the way should something unexpected happen, but that's only if some shark jumps out of the water or You know,
Okay.
I think we can handle these rats.
Okay. Okay. So you're concentrating on your spell, and you're waiting for just them to all evaporate. Hopefully, you know they don't have a whole lot of hit points. So we will see. Maybe they'll all just pop off. Okay. Back to the top of the order, Bonnie. You're up. So you're kind of being, these things are climbing your legs. It's almost like a World War Z kind of thing, as they're all climbing on top of each other to find the freshest, newest point to bite. And but you do see Cammy has turned on the heat, and the little butterfly creatures they're looking for some blood. Not yours.
Yeah. Cammy reloaded with her box shot. So this is a ranged attack, so it'll be a disadvantage because we're in melee. But she's gonna open up with a barrage shot. So each creature. Oh, that's right.
It shouldn't be advantage.
It's not
be disadvantage.
Ranged attack in melee. Actually, with the barrage shot is not an attack.
Correct. It should be AOEs,
right.
or AOEs are never attack rolls.
That's right. So each creature in a 15-foot cone originating from myself must make a dexterity saving throw. And the DC is, I put it somewhere. DC is 15. Dex 15 save.
Okay, let me pull up their stat block here. Yeah. AOEs are, as far as I know, never attack rolls.
Yeah, I forget that.
So you are good to go. And what is their dex save? So +2. Okay, there's 5 of them up there. There's 1 in the water. So there is first of 5, 3. Nope. So 5. That is a fail. Natural 1. That's a fail. 7 + 2. That's a fail. 11 + 2. 13. That's a fail. Okay, that one managed to make it. So 4 out of 5. Am I clipping? 4 out of 5 of those failed.
So the ones that failed will take full damage, and the one that made it will take half damage, and it's 3d10 plus dex.
Holy shnikes.
Let's see. Dex. 13 plus 4. 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
For the one, 17 is the full damage, and then half of that for the one rat that saved.
All right, you load up your buckshot and you point it right down at these creatures, and they give you like that last as you boom, you unleash it, and it kind of rocks your body back a little bit. You know the sensation. It rocks you back, but you keep your feet planted. You know how to counteract that, the kick. And as the gunpowder and the pellets spray, these little wharf rats just are I don't know how to put it. They're peppered. They are peppered with all these tiny little pellets, and they are just put to shreds. All of them but one have all the ones that failed just are full of these tiny little pellets, and you have eradicated them all but one, and the one that was kicked overboard or punted overboard. Yeah, and it's still standing there very wounded as well.
Okay, so there's the 5 that were there are now all gone.
4 of the 5 are dead.
Okay, she's gonna that was the first barrel. Second barrel is she's just gonna go ahead and finish that one off. So this one,
as far as I remember, I don't know if you can do that, because remember, it's not an attack. You use your action to do the barrage.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Right.
It's not not an attack.
Okay.
Unless it says does it say it's a special attack, or does it say it's its own thing?
Because I've got the double barrel, you add a second barrel to your firearm. When you use your gunfighter form, you can shoot twice during a single action instead of once.
Yeah, that's an attack action though. You use your
right.
Attack action and your ability are 2 separate things.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm fairly certain that the.
So the barrage counts as the full.
That's an action to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm double checking. This is something that just as a side note, comes up with this class, because you're not actually using a quote-unquote weapon. They're all actions. Your barrage action, it says as an action, but double barrel is you shoot twice during a single action, and it should clarify that a single attack action.
Yeah, the wording is less than clear.
Yeah.
All right, so then I will what I will do then is I will action surge.
Hell yeah. Okay.
All right.
Your action is refilled.
Yep. So I will shoot the one surviving rat that's right there in front of us at disadvantage.
It's like limping towards you. I just want a little bite, just a little.
Is a 10 gonna hit?
Actually, I don't. Wow, surprisingly, no, it does not.
Okay, so that's a miss. And then we'll go ahead and take the second shot at it.
Does like a barrel roll to the side and flips you off with a little wharf rat finger.
15.
Ah, shit! That's gonna hit.
Okay.
Its cocky days are over.
Yeah, because that's 20 points of damage.
Yeah, they had 11 hit points, so you just kadoosh. That last shot, you blow a hole through the boardwalk itself, about yay big, and you don't even see. You like see the hindquarters of the wharf rat, and everything else. You're not quite sure where it went, but it's not there anymore. They are
rats.
They're dead. Yeah. You have cleansed yourself. It doesn't seem that the other wharf rat, the one that you clocked and went over the side, it doesn't seem like that one is anywhere in sight right now.
Okay, I'm happy about that.
They're not very. How do I put it? They're not very ferocious, unless they're in numbers.
Yep.
So it's probably rolling out.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Awesome. Let's see here. Sorry, what is that? Who's next? Oh, okay, Fit. Okay. Bonnie and Cammy, go ahead and make perception checks with disadvantage.
An 11 for Bonnie.
I actually got 11 also.
Oh, okay.
Doubles.
You have now cleansed. Poor Cammy. Cammy, you have this spell up, and it is the butterflies are churning, and unfortunately, there's no one left to kill there. But we will. Who knows? Keep it up. Maybe we'll have some interlopers come in and decide to test their luck against you too. Yeah, you guys don't see anything crazy going on. Just the fact that there are no more wharf rats, and Bonnie, you look over the side of the boardwalk and you don't see the other one that was kicked over the side, or hit over the side rather. Let's move on to Bryony. Bryony, you are at the dead body. You saw the large creature swim past you at a high speed, and you just saw other dead bodies just go tonk, tonk, like the metronome, or not metronome. What's the balls that clang together that look like
kinetic.
Yeah, it's just they just kind of fly to the side as this dragon shark-like creature plows its way through them. What would you like to do, Bryony?
It's heading at us. It's trying to attack us.
No, right now it's just zoomed past you. So you can tell that though these creatures are huge and they are fearsome, their turn radius is not very good. So this thing's gonna have to turn around to come back and do another strafing run or something.
Well, I look back at Tannen and I go, should we stay? Or should we go? That's right. Tannen, even though Tannen has a swim speed, unfortunately Tannen can't talk underwater. Looking back at this body, it's being held by chains. The chains look like something I could break.
There is a chain that comes down from the buoy to the body.
And the body is being secured to the chain via the strap?
No, the chain's tied around the ankles of the body. Okay. Around the, how to put it? there is a wrapping underneath the chain between the chain and the ankle, and then there's wrapping over the chain, which you've already pulled off. That was like the beginning part of your thing. Yeah. So right now it's just the chain on a small wrapping that is keeping the ankles together.
Okay.
So you can either make an attempt to snap the body away from the chain and just leave like the ankles and feet attached, or you can try to break the chain itself. But the chains are like this big, the links.
If I can remove the body, I will try to do that. I attempt to just take the entire body and shove it into Tannen's hands and say, "Swim for the surface. I'll cover you."
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check as you start to tear the body away from the chain.
I'll do that with advantage.
17, I think, probably is the DC for this.
I rolled a nat 19. I add 7 to that.
Oh, nice. Okay. You most certainly managed to, unfortunately for the poor soul who is attached to this, but you tear it away from its shins and from its ankles and its feet. You, with one big wrench, you pull the body away. It's still wrapped up. You can see the loose wrapping that you've already unsheathed, kind of flapping around in the water. But you have 7/8 of a body that you shove towards Tannen, and the body. This wrapping is pretty special because it is mostly the counterweight, mostly the weight that keeps it down. For some reason, the wrapping itself is almost the equivalent of like, the concrete shoes or the thing that you would hide the dead body in the water with. So as you toss it to Tannen, you catch... Tannen, are you catching the dead body? Okay. As you grab onto the dead body that Bryony tosses to you, you feel this sudden urge as the body wants to sink. Not a fast sink, not like it's not like it's diving down, but a slow sinking. And Tannen, make an athletics check as you are trying to hold this thing up and swim at the same time.
How far away are we from where we jumped into the water? How far away are we right now? How many feet?
You're 25 feet from the boardwalk.
Okay.
So Tannen, who is more dexterous than athletic, rolled a total of 2.
Oh,
Minus 1.
I was hoping for a natural one. That would have been... but that's okay. 2 is just as punishing. Thank you for that. You grab onto the body. Bryony just kind of casually chucks it to you as though it was, a package or something. And you grab it and feel yourself sinking down. You're fluttering your feet and you're trying to pedal upward. And the longer you hold on to the body, you slowly start to sink down. Bryony, it's still your turn. You can still get something else out of that.
New plan. All right. So the longer that Bryony's been in the water, the more disillusioned she's been looking like. It's almost like she's becoming a little transparent and the edges of her are a little bit hard to define. Her eyes are completely black and the water around her is icy cold. And as she sees this go down, she's just like, and she says something in primordial that probably no one around can understand. And then she swims 15 feet towards the dock. Excuse me. How far apart is he and the body from me right now?
Oh, from you? He was right behind you, so he was 5 feet. Yeah. Now he's just starting to sink down.
But he hasn't started his descent
now, we'll
yet.
say 10 feet at the most, yeah. Because he's just sunk down, but he didn't go, like, he's not plummeting. So
Help! Help!
So I'll swim back towards the dock a little bit. I'm going to like swirl my arm around and this current of water just shoots from me, envelops the body and wrenches you towards the dock, 15 feet. So I pull you to the dock. Now technically you can have a strength save if you choose to resist this.
I'm gonna fail that save with everything in my soul.
Alright, so towards the dock you go. I'm assuming this is a one creature type of thing, but if you consider this body to be just the object that he's carrying, I think this would still work.
Yeah, speaking of that, I wanted to let you know offline that I'm also cool with you using this feature to pull yourself to things.
Okay.
The class or the creature that this is based off of actually uses its anchor to pull itself towards things. So I am totally cool with you doing a dredge line, right? So
Yes.
let me see here. As a
Dredge
bonus
line.
action, use your appendage to strike at one creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet. Target must succeed or be pulled 10 feet towards you. Go ahead and just make an attack roll with advantage towards the body. And if he's attached to the body, if he's holding on to it, you're gonna pull him. You're gonna pull them both.
17.
Okay, yeah, that's easy enough. So you use the current and you start yanking the body. Tannen, as you're holding onto this body that is now causing you to sink to the bottom of the fucking bay, you feel yourself getting yanked towards Bryony, back up, and you look up and you see that the surface of the water, whatever, you can see the light is getting brighter as you are quickly yanked back up, and you are now beside Bryony. Bryony, you reach out and you grab the dead body. Tannen is hanging on to the other side of it. You still have your movement if you'd like to do anything.
Okay, so my swim speed is 40 feet because that's my movement speed. If I take the body and Tannen with me, is that like half speed? Maybe we can get 20 feet.
We'll do half speed with that because either or on normal land would be half speed. But since you're in the water and the water kind of helps float Tannen anyway, we'll just count him as non-factor in that. And yeah, you can swim at half speed. So you
take a big grasping of his chest hair / front of his shirt. And I pull that, and I caught the body under the other arm, and I just kick as hard as I can towards the surface and towards it.
Okay. You aqua check across the water, and Tannen, you just like, whoa, it's like you're treading, and you're being yanked, and you are 5 feet away from the end of the boardwalk. So
okay.
The only thing
I would like to end them like with me between the creature and them, like them on behind me towards the boardwalk, and me.
When you made your move to the boardwalk, you lost sight of the silhouette.
Yes, but I'm sure it's in the water. So
it's there.
The water towards me, the boardwalk behind me. I'm looking. Basically.
Okay, gotcha. So you get there and you pivot around to put yourself between. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Who we have here? So next up is Wharf Rats, haha, and after that is Tannen.
Do we see a wharf rat like drop?
Yeah, you
Just
see
treading
little
water.
tiny legs.
I could have been a contender.
Yeah.
I want everyone to know that Tannen is having like the worst day today. Stabbed by a harpoon in the leg, almost got the crap beaten out of him, lost most of his winnings at gambling, terrible shark monster, and now Tentacle of the Deep is just pulling him by the body through the water. So he's gonna try and get out as fast as possible. So my movement is my same. My swim speed is the same as my movement. So I'm going to just get back onto the dock or onto and give a quick scan. Does Tannen see like a fin parting the water or anything in the immediate area?
Are you gonna wait to scan when you get up on the boardwalk, or are you gonna do it as soon as you start climbing up? Because remember, you guys dove in, but there's no the end of the boardwalk here. There's no like ladder. There's no. This is not really an accessible area. Who swims through a graveyard? But
as soon as he starts climbing up, he'll just like maybe over the shoulder see if there's a Jaws fin going up.
Oh yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
Cool. There we go. You got 20. Unnatural 20.
Ooh, nice. You just get done seeing a shark fin about 20 feet out in the water, heading this direction, go down below the surface.
So once he's situated on top of dock, he's gonna try and grab the body from Bryony to try and like free her up to fight the creature as it's coming to pass. Should I roll athletics or something to just take the body from her?
Well, she's still down in the water and 5 feet away from the dock.
Yeah.
So you'll have to wait. We'll say you can ready. Yeah, no athletics check required, just your movement at half speed. So you get to the top of the dock to get there, because it's not a hard climb. And we'll say you're waiting. You want to hold your action to like grab it from her.
Yeah.
Okay. And if she just hands it off to you, that's not going to be a problem. We won't. So you hold your action to receive the body and then get it up out of the water and plop it to the side safely. Okay. And I just remembered I never gave Rumble a roll. Holy shit. Okay. We'll say he's scared.
He's puking over the side
Yeah.
of
I'm
he was really drunk.
Yeah.
We got him drunk up
Yeah.
real good.
I don't know what I'm feeling right now, but I don't like it. Oh man. Okay, so you're ready. You're waiting to receive from Bryony. And next up we have Shark Dude. Okay. Bryony! The shark has descended back into the water. And you turn around, and as soon as you turn around, you see this large figure coming towards you. It's going to try to bite you now. Let me pull up stat block. We're gonna be generous and say that this is just going to use the dragon shark stat block instead of something that I would have to make up stuff. 22 total.
Yeah, that hits me twice over.
Okay. D10s. Who the fuck
not
uses D10s?
technically. I'm bad at math. My AC is 14.
Okay. Oh, 3. Okay. Sorry, I'm not used to using D10s up in here. All right. 3, 1, 9, 13. So 13. 16 points. No, 19. 19 points of piercing damage as the jaw opens from this creature. And granted, I know you're going to have that halved because... Oh, wait. Are you raging?
I don't know. I was going to ask you. Am I still raging? Or did it drop because I fled? I went swimming.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't attack last round.
I used my dredge line. I don't know if that
Is actually... That's a good point.
You did make me roll an attack roll for the dredge line.
Yeah, but normally it's their save.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough.
I mean, I will accept what you decide.
Yeah, let's do full because you guys are fucking decimating the encounter. So let's do full. Let's make it spicy. Let's make it spicy. Yeah. Since it's not technically supposed to be an attack roll, I just adjusted. Yeah, we'll keep it spicy. So we'll put somebody in danger. Sorry, Jillian. It's Bryony this time. So go ahead and make a. Although you can make. Yeah, we definitely don't want you raging for this because we don't want you to have a great strength roll. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw, please.
17 plus just my strength mod is a 4.
Yeah, but your strength. Well, you're a barbarian, so you probably have proficiency in strength. So it would be 4 plus 3 plus. Yeah, you basically you a lot better than you needed. Unfortunately, because that's would have been such a cool dramatic thing. But you do take 19 points of piercing damage as the jaws of this dragon shark creature clamp down on you, and you feel it begin to tug at you and try to like wriggle you around like a dog with a chew toy. And it starts pulling you around in the water, but it's unable to really get a good grip on you. So you're not pinned down. It does bite you, and it opens up to try to reassert and get a better grip on you. And when it does, you manage to pull yourself out of its mouth. you have some damage. You do have some bite marks and some bleeding on you, but you're not pinned down or anything like that. And that is its turn. Next up, we have Cammy. Cammy, so you put up the spell. The butterflies are flying around. Bonnie just started katoosh katoosh, starts blasting all these wharf rats away, and yeah, you two are left up there on the wharf. These things still spinning around you quietly and very efficiently. What would you like to do?
Cammy's big caged dress is being tugged off over the top of her head and then thrust into Bonnie's arms.
Bonnie, sweetie, love, can you wash this chum out and then...
Oh, she hops on her butt and starts trying to tug off Bonnie's big thigh-high boot.
I can get this patched up, but... my dress.
And Cammy is just like strapped head to toe with weapons and scalpels and little vials of goo underneath her pretty dress.
Of course, darling.
Nice.
There's definitely dry cleaners next to the what was it, the Blazing Hydra. Blazing Hydra.
Bonnie goes down on one knee. She's one leg sticking straight out with the chewed up boot for Cammy to take care of, while she's leaning over into the water and rinsing out the dress.
You're gonna smell nautical. Well, nautical's better than nautical.
Sometimes they both smell the same, darling.
Yeah, naughty.
So Cammy, what would you like to do? So you say you're working on trying to repair Bonnie's boot?
It's gonna be a cantrip of mending.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you start. Wait, isn't mending like a minute?
Probably.
I think.
Oh, it's like 6 seconds to
Is it
do,
an
like,
action?
a square foot of like.
Casting time 1 minute.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, mending's a minute.
This spell repairs a break or tear in an object.
a
Takes a
minute?
minute.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
useless cantrip.
Yeah. Well, it's.
I
yeah.
guess if you're downtime.
Yeah, it's just like an RP thing. You're just.
Yeah,
like,
Cammy has no reason to believe that this isn't downtime.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yep.
true. The fish creature's gone. Well, I mean, he's theoretically over in the wreckage beside one of the buildings, but all the wharf rats are gone. You're out of danger, and as far as you know, other than Tannen bringing up the dead body, you don't know of any danger down in there. Okay, so that makes sense. So you
Have
start.
they seen that yet? They seen
and
him
there's
break the
still
surface?
butterflies floating around. So
Yeah, it makes sense that the Cammy's like, mark done. They got the mark, even though it's already dead, and just waiting for Bryony to get out of the water and stop messing around, Okay, so you start casting your magic over the boot, and it starts. You see the threads start intertwining, and it start repairing itself back to full health, and back to the top of the order. I guess Bonnie, you're up. Cammy's helping you out. You have her cage dress there.
kind of rinsing it out in the water. I no threats. I see no threats at this moment.
Now, you can make a perception check with disadvantage. We can see if maybe you can see the silhouette of the dragon shark under the waves. I mean, there's really no
It's
waves
in that
here.
one.
Okay. No, it's sun. Why did I look in it? It's so bright. Yeah, no signs of threats. Just waiting for Bryony probably just fell behind. You know, she probably didn't pull Tannen closer. She's just swimming for the heck of it.
Yeah, I mean, Bryony tends to get a little lost anyways sometimes. Her attention wanders, especially around water, in water. So, you know, Tannen is probably whatever Tannen does in the water. And, yeah, so Bonnie's just like, yeah, okay. No danger. Rinsing out the dress while her boot gets fixed.
Okay. Who we have next? Bryony.
I will
okay.
hold. Can I would
Okay.
like to hold my action though. Because I do have the alert feat. If there is an attack or a threat, that Bonnie will pick up a gun and shoot them.
Okay, sure. We'll say you're on high alert, that you're passively
Mm-hmm.
kind of cleaning here, and you're just waiting for something to kick off. We'll give you
just in case.
Yeah, we'll give you an attack on that.
Okay.
Absolutely. Bonnie. Oh, you little. That's where it's in that somewhere. Bonnie, go ahead and you've just been bitten, and now the dragon shark has opened its mouth to bite you again.
Oh, Briny.
Oh, Briny. Yeah.
said-
Wow.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
So it's the dragon shark's turn, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not a thing for you. It's your Bryony, it is your turn.
Oh,
Yeah, you go before the
I was
dragon shark.
confused. You were talking about dragon shark. I was like,
Oh no, I accidentally said Bonnie and then
Okay.
dragon shark. Yeah, my bad.
All
My
right.
bad. Just names.
All right. So, did Tannen break the surface of the water? I wasn't clear on that. Is
Yeah,
he
you
at
could-
the surface of the water?
Since you can breathe and swim through water, we'll say that you can also see through it better as well. And you look up through the surface, you see Tannen above the surface of the water, reaching down off the side of the boardwalk, waiting for something, you or this thing or whatever it is. But yeah, you see Tannen up on the end of the boardwalk. You
And
look
he's
down
got
and
the
you
body.
see blood just kind of floating through your clothing, and you have this thing in your hand. What would you like to do? And decisions.
I have the body, or he has the body?
You have the button.
You got the body.
I have the body. Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
You know, if you let it go, it's gonna sink.
Yep. Okay. I will. Yeah, I will rage. Again.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I will swim. I will swim away from the shark, possibly taking an attack of opportunity, dragging the body with me until I can get to. Is the water flush with the dock, or is there a gap between the water and the dock?
Yeah, there's a gap. Yeah, there
gap?
is.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably, I'd say with the tide the way it is, probably 3-foot gap between the dock and the top of the dock and the top of the water right now.
Is this body? Are you considering this body a creature, or is it an item I'm carrying?
Good question. Probably a medium creature as far as carrying rolls. So this will, especially with the wrap, purposely trying to weigh it down because that's what it's designed for. You're essentially carrying a medium creature.
Okay. So my ghost water dive ability, where I can teleport, I cannot take this body with me.
Oh, that's a great question. You know what? Just do it.
Okay.
Just go with it, man. You know what? This thing's dead. It's not going to care.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as carrying rolls, we'll say that it's a medium creature, but if you're doing semantics like that, where it's asking to transport something, then yeah, it's an object, sure.
Okay, so then I will go ahead and take one, attack with the, I'm holding a body, so I can't use my two-handed weapon. So I will just go ahead and teleport without taking an attack. So I can tell I goosh into water, just like nothing there. And then in a torrent of like a wave hitting the beach, a la like Ariel, like with the spray, I appear on the dock. And I kind of consolidate from this foam and water into me holding a body in front of Bonnie.
Now, don't you do damage when you leave? Something like that?
No, I could make an attack because this is an action. I could make an attack before or after I teleport. However, I'm holding a body and I have a two-handed weapon.
Oh, that's later.
So, yeah, I could. Does it have an additional thing it does later?
No, it's later. Later, you do damage, AOE damage, when you leave or teleport to or from somewhere. I can't remember which.
At this point, it just looks hella cool.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Tannen, you're bent down. You're waiting for Bryony to hand this stuff up, and then she just bloop. Her and the body disappear, and then with a splash of water and sea foam appear right next to you, standing next to you.
Oh. Okay. Tana's just like, I forgot she could do that. It's the adrenaline. The adrenaline is finally kind of receding.
Bryony, you look back into the water and you see the silhouette of the dragon shark creature. This huge silhouette sink down below being visible. And we'll say for shit. Okay.
I'll look for our little friend, and I'll be like, here, and I just throw the body at him, and hopefully knock him over with it because I'm not happy with it.
That, you know what? I'll make him make a save, but I don't think he's gonna be able to. No, 9 plus whatever strength is, maybe 1. So yeah, it knocks him over and lays on top of him. Help! As you throw the body over, and Bonnie and Cammy, you see that Bryony is now back up. You all have the body. You hear, as you all are coming together, you hear this little voice from a little farther down the boardwalk yell shark. Yell the word shark.
Shark!
And you turn around to see the little aquatic creature run out from like the little warehouse building that was hiding by, and just really quickly, because this thing's got a speed of 45, so just really quickly run across the boardwalk and jump towards the water. And as it jumps onto the water, it jumps on the back of that large dragon shark creature, which Bonnie and Cammy had no idea was even down there. And they both descend down into the water and out into Bilgewater Bay, away from the Bilgewater proper. You all 4 are all 5 now, I guess, with Rumble, are standing there on the boardwalk. What would you all like to do?
Cammy, darling, your dress it's still a little wet. She's wrung it out, shook it out. It's still a little wet, darling, but here you go. I got all the nasty stuff off of it for you.
Well, salt is a preservative, so that should be good for it, right?
Yes, of course. It'll dry in these really nice lacy patterns.
Okay. What took you 2 so long?
Cannon at this point has flipped onto his back and is just like arms akimbo on the side of the pier. Once he hears Cammy, he just puts up a finger with his other hand, ruffles around in his coat, and takes out a flask. Just starts drinking, looking at Cammy. It's like, once he's done, he's like, there was a shark, giant teeth. Another sip. Tried to eat us. And then he's just kind of gonna be on the pier trying to catch his breath.
Yes, I think that your outfit wasn't the only one that was damaged, and I turn around and there's a big chunk of fabric taking out of my shirt, and puncture wounds around my side, and maybe we should have gone to the Kraken Priest and killed her instead.
Well, we still can. Just let me patch you all up first. I can patch up clothes just as well as people.
Rumble's over there with the utility knife, trying to cut through the fabric and not understanding why the knife is not really cutting through very well.
I go, you have to untie it like a fruit roll-up. You have to unwrap it.
Oh, so it's full of sugar? Wait a second.
Yes.
Oh. He thinks about licking it for a second, and then begins to start trying to pull the stuff off of it. Okay. As you all are figuring out, I guess Cammy is looking at Bryony's wounds, and you're all figuring out what to do next. Rumble is trying to slide all this mummy-like wrappings off this dead body, and as he does, you hear, there it is, and you look, and you see Rumble has in his hand 2 necklaces, that appear to be. He just like reached in and pulled off the necklaces from the creature, and you see one is almost like a very thick cross-like necklace, and the other one is a small pendant with a topaz on it. And he takes the topaz off, and he has the other one. And here, everybody, you guys want this? And he holds out this very kind of ornate, very ornate looking, how do I put it? Necklace. There we go.
Bonnie's the one that likes the shiny things. Give it to her. She looks the best in shiny things.
Sure, yeah. I just need the gem off this. You guys can have everything. I don't care. Bonnie, as he hands you this necklace, it looks like a cross that has a large diamond-like head, and then comes down, and it's kind of a cross, like a mix between a cross and a sword. And where the sword, like the hilt, would meet the cross guard would meet the hilt is this red gem, and it looks pretty fancy.
Just like, oh. Nice. And she'll put it on.
Okay. As you put it on, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh dear.
Cursed necklace, cursed necklace, cursed necklace.
That's a 16. She happens to be proficient in Arcana.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, you as just to speed things up because of the way the time flow is going to work in this campaign. That as you put it on, you get a feeling that this is a little more than just a regular amulet, or amulet. It is shaped like a sword with a small ruby set in the crossguard, and it's special. You get a magical sense from it. Just to let you know. I guess we won't give you the full shebang, but you do know that it's probably a magic item.
Okay, something that I need to spend time with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to properly identify, but you are full aware that it is valuable and probably decently powerful.
Okay.
Okay. As you're
hang on to that for now.
As you're looking over this amulet, you're like, oh, this is definitely something. We're gonna zoom away for a couple minutes. We're gonna take a quick break, bio break for the players and myself, and we'll be right back. And see you back here in a couple minutes. VR screen, does that work? It works. It worked.
That's how Tannen's been rolling tonight.
Right?
5, 4, 3, 17.
There we go. Okay. And yes. Yes, we are back in Bilgewater. Okay. The party is back together. We've got done with the fight. There's some bleeding. Cammy's doing some patching up, helping everybody get back up to full. We're all standing here. Rumble hands you the amulet, Bonnie, and he takes the topaz and he starts like taking a little tiny tool and prying it out of the necklace that he has. And once he does, he pries the gem out. He hands the necklace to. Who wants this? You guys can probably sell it. It looks silver. I don't care. I don't want money. I just want to be done with this place.
That's the other necklace, right? Or is it the same one?
It's the other one. Yeah. Bonnie has the
Magic one.
special one. Yeah. But he's just the casing, the actual necklace itself, minus the gem. He says is silver, and anybody can have that they want.
Tannen's gonna raise his hand and be like, well, if none of the other lasses want it, I'll take it. Should be a good bargaining chip for when we get some gambling done later.
Yeah. So now that I've discovered that you've taught me that drinking is an awful thing that destroys your life, I also heard that gambling is much the same.
Who told you that?
Everyone? Yes. Everyone?
You mean losers?
Oh, I didn't ask their winning ratio. No. I'll watch. Can I watch this one? Please don't make me partake. I'll watch.
But Rumble, the best part of it is partaking. You challenge Lady Luck, not Misfortune herself. Pit your wits against hers and those you're gambling with and see who comes out on top. Doesn't that sound fun to you?
No, I'm big into probabilities, and the probability of me losing what little I have is not good.
That's why, and once he says that, he kind of gets up on one elbow and is like almost sideways Captain Morganing at Rumble. It's like, that's why you don't play by the odds, boy.
Pose aside, I don't think I play by any good odds. People have been trying to take advantage of me the whole time I've been here.
'Cause you've been running off to do your adventuring without us. Now you gamble with Tannen. Tannen's gonna take care of it.
Oh. Is Tannen gonna take care of paying for my gambling?
This might fetch a pretty penny in that direction. And Tannen's gonna get up and kind of go over to Rumble. Like, come on, buddy. Like we can do this.
Come on, his little time. Okay. He's Rumble seems very intelligent, but he's very socially awkward. So he's like, oh yeah, okay, you know best. Sure you do. Okay. Where are we all heading? So we seem to have one mission down. Rumble said he already had. Oh, you son of a bitch and little fly animal thing. Sorry, little tiny thing flying around here. It's
that ADD though.
Yes, it flew in my flight patterns. It's awful. He has 2 out of the 3 pieces that he needs. The only other thing he needs is the Kraken lens. So as far as the Rumble arc, so to speak.
I guess we need to go talk to a priestess about a Kraken lens.
Heard that line 1,000 times. Oh, can we go up to the Erie? I haven't been up there yet. What's it like? Are they okay up there? And you all know the Erie is pretty much the upper side of town. You actually have to go across the... What bridge is it? It's a bridge. I will call it Butcher's Bridge, that leads from the lower part of Bilgewater and leads you up to the Erie, which is basically the cliffside places, all the higher up places, and also
Not bad.
also where the Buru, which is the domestic islanders here, where their stuff starts. They have a temple up there, and that is their only official representation in Bilgewater, but they control the rest of the island. Nobody else is allowed on the rest of the island. That all belongs to the Buru.
The Erie's actually really unfortunately named. It's not creepy at all.
If
No,
you got
I
the
mean-
coin.
I mean, I've got a few tabs open up there.
To be fair, lass, you got tabs open everywhere in Bilgewater. Erie's just more expensive than most.
Now just build water, darling.
Oh, we gotta get beat up.
Oh, only if we're very lucky.
Barney opens tabs and petticoats wherever she goes.
Oh, that's right. You're all pirates. Shit. All right. Can we go to a temple? Do you all know where the temple is with the lady that I need to con into?
Yes, it's the building up there that looks like a temple. It's easy enough to find.
Oh, it's got the big
Look.
sea serpent looking thing on it. Okay.
Look for tentacles and green, and you'll find the priestess.
Oh, creepy. Yeah. So
Briney's in the background, throwing the body back into the water like a hammer throw in the Olympics, where she like spins around by the.
you grab it by the nubs because it doesn't even have ankles or feet anymore. You just grab it
Or
by the
by
nubs.
the wrapping.
Yeah. You see like a streamer, the wrapping flap in the wind as it launches like 20 feet out into the water. And it slowly, as it hits the top of the water, it floats at first, but then slowly, boop, 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 and probably the whole way to the bottom of Bilgewater Bay.
Well, let's go to the temple. And I offer Cammy my arm.
Arm in arm, they go towards the temple.
See now, Rumble, what Briney did, if we had talked beforehand, you could have bet on the odds of that body there sinking or skipping. And I say, knowing Briney, throwing it a little harder, that son bitch would have skipped. That's gambling when you know the right odds.
True, those probabilities are pretty good. It all depends on her trajectory. Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet. So you're saying only do it when it's rigged?
Rigged is maybe a bit of a loaded term around these parts. When it's favorable.
So you prefer cheating, like when you're able to
No,
cheat?
no.
No.
Not cheating.
Okay.
It's not
Cheating's
cheating
for-
if you're Go ahead.
It's not cheating if you get caught.
Wait.
Bonnie was going to say something.
Advice, you, darling. The key is to manipulate the odds into your favor.
I know how to manipulate matter into quantum amplifiers. Is that the same?
Yes. Bonnie has no clue.
It's like, that's weird. Okay. Okay. I think I get it.
We've already got you through the first year of pirate life. You know, drinking, vomiting, sharks. Now we'll get to the real fun. And he kind of just like pats Rumble on the back, maybe a mite bit too hard, and is going to that's his cue to start following after Bonnie and Cammy.
Okay. So Bonnie and Cammy, all four of you for real. The area is not. There's no secret. You can see it right above you the entire time you're in Bilgewater, or the lower part of Bilgewater. And typically, even a lot of the lower residents of Bilgewater end up at the Erie when they get enough coin. Unfortunately, it's not usually a sustainable place. It is place to go and spend your money, but living there is so costly. Either you have to have great luck and be able to win all the time to sustain your lifestyle up there, or you go up there, you have your blast, you have your fun, and then you skulk back down to the flop houses or to Rat Town in general, anywhere in Rat Town, and you wait to build back up your money to go back up to the Erie and have a luxurious good time. As you make your way across Butcher's Bridge, this bridge is kind of meant to not just separate the Erie, not just separate the upper and lower class. It's more so for safety. Whenever incursions would happen, or harrowings, or whatever the case may be, the Butcher's Bridge at the other end of it has a pretty fortified gate that leads up to the Erie. So they would shut it off. Everything gets shut down, and everybody at the bottom is whatever. Good luck, because the Erie is going to defend itself, and the upper part is going to separate itself. So as you cross Butcher's Bridge and go through the gate, you start heading up the hillside towards the Erie. It is not hard to find the temple to... Holy shit, what is the name of that fucking creature? Sorry, I didn't have these notes put up here because I didn't think I needed it. There's Vestaya. Renegade is the class. I can see that written down right now. It's like Kaboros or some
Naga Kaburos.
Naga Kaboros. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, I don't understand. I have D&D Beyond pulled up in a browser window and didn't even look it up. We're gonna say, for useful sake, Bonnie, as you're walking up the hill and you're getting a look at this item with a decent Arcana roll that you had, you're gonna figure it out as something called the Banshee's Veil. And basically, you can search that up on D&D Beyond if you need to, but once per day, when you're the target of a spell, you can use your reaction to cast Counterspell, and casting Counterspell in this way does not expend a spell slot. So you get a free Counterspell once per day. And that was one of their adventure things.
Yeah, I'll take that.
As you all make your way up the hill, it's easy to see the temple, because the temple, pretty much the hill hooks around to the right and then out on the cliff sides. That's where the Erie is. Bilgewater Erie is. But if you head left, as though you were going to head out into the wilderness of the Serpent Isles, the first thing you see is the temple there, this temple to Naga Kaboros, and that is where you would find the priestess, specifically Alawi. And these priestess in this thing typically are kind of like warrior priestess. They're not feeble in any way. They are the real deal, and they are kind of the first and sometimes the last line of defense between the Shadow Isles and the rest of the world. So they are... Most Bilgewater pirate life is like, screw them. What do they, what do they know? What are they used to? They're just islanders, blah, blah, blah. But to those trained and to those keen to how things work, would realize that the priestess here, and this is predominantly female, out here in this temple, are the real deal. And Rumble's like, okay, what do I say to her? Do I say, like, hi, how's your god doing? Do I just say, hey, you took my thing and I want it back?
You compliment her, because a lady always likes to be complimented.
Okay.
So tell her that she looks very nice. And introduce yourself. And then say that the Kraken lens that she was given by Kiln was promised to you at first. And would she please be ever so kind as to allow you to have it, since it does rightfully belong to you, as you've already paid for it and you did negotiate for it first.
Do I say this all at the same time, or do I like break this up into sub paragraphs?
Break it up into sub paragraphs.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so I tell her all that, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I made a mistake. Rar, rar, rar. I will cancel the deal, and you can have the lens."
Something like that. Most likely she'll say, "Oh, well, it's not a problem. I can wait. We just lost Cannon."
That's okay. Let me roll. Slide on over to 3. Wow, that is really off. Okay. I love technology.
If she's a good person, which, I mean, she's a priestess, so she has to be a good person. And so if she's a good person, what she'll say is, "Oh, of course, you paid for it first. It's rightfully yours. I can wait." And then if she doesn't say that, then we'll take it. But don't tell her that part.
Could I roll a religion check to see what Cammy knows about these people and these priestesses?
Absolutely, yeah, go ahead. That would be most beneficial to me, is trying to...
Got a 17, that's not too bad.
Oh, okay.
That's what I get for being part cleric.
The priestesses of Nagakaboros, it's kind of weird, because in most settings, when you worship a sea monster god, like the Critical Role, which one was that? Fuck, I forget this phrase. But anyway, when you worship the sea gods, they're typically, or sea monster gods, they're typically assholes. You know that these priestesses they worship this sea monster called Nagakaboros, and it is pretty legit and powerful. You're not quite sure, what was it, 17?
Correct.
Okay. You're not quite sure to the extent of, like, you know, you don't know the intricacies of their study, but you do know that these ships do go, or small tiny ships do go out to the Shadow Isles, which is no joke. Like, that is pretty much the River Styx kind of undead fucking playground where they steal your soul and all that kind of stuff. They do go out there to try to do things to preemptively protect the rest of the world from the Shadow Isles. And you don't quite know much else other than that these priestesses are pretty much warrior priestesses, and they're trained in combat, and they're trained in sea life, and they're trained in battling the undead and the spirits back away from the world.
How
Can
horny
I-
are they? Are they horny enough that Bonnie could seduce the Kraken lens from them?
It is.
Bonnie does have a high charisma.
Yeah, it is possible, for real. It's hard to tell though, because they don't mingle a lot with the Bilgewaterians. I don't know what you would call that exactly, but they don't mingle a lot with the Bilgewater pirate folk, other than trying to convert people to their religion. So maybe that could be an angle you could twist. And yeah,
Bonnie does undo a few more laces of the pirate blouse.
Yeah, prep yourself into, okay, well, I'm gonna have to use my other assets.
That's one of the interesting things about this build, is this is a fighter build that is based on dex and charisma.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Pretty interesting.
It might help. The only things you do know, Bryony, are that it's kind of middle of the road with these chicks. Typically, they keep to themselves. There's not a whole lot of. You don't know if any of these priestesses is reproducing or anything like that. It's kind of a monk order kind of thing, but I don't know. You do see them walking around Bilgewater from time to time, so you know they do come down to hang out. To what capacity, you're not quite sure. So maybe there's DTF priestesses or just coming down trying to convert people. It's hard to tell. It's probably, especially with Briny, it's probably hard, or it's probably something that never like caught your attention until now because you're preoccupied with other thoughts and other desires with the sea and stuff, and your long gazes out usually don't afford you the local affections.
People worshipping things that live in the sea doesn't make sense to Briny, and the sea's there to be worshipped.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that might. Yeah, you might be able to sell yourself as a true believer there. That might. You're right. You might touch base with them. As the five of you approach this temple, you can see that it is very much in vein of a serpent god or something. There's lots of serpent-like things going on. Not so much tentacles, even though I know that in the game there is a lot of tentacle stuff. But as far as the architecture-wise, it is basically like the front quarter of the serpent looming over, and then a woman being wrapped and enveloped in this serpent, but she looks very powerful and uplifting. These chicks are no joke, and wow, random mute button. These chicks are no joke, and they are also feared by many of the pirates. So any other ones, like let's say you hung around Amish culture, right? And you're like, oh, they're just Amish people, they're not aggressive. And these would be that kind of situation where they've been underestimated so many times that eventually there were some people poking the bear, and the bear poked back. And so now it's kind of rumor around like, don't mess with them. They will take you down. But as you approach, the front doors are open to the temple, and Rumble kind of hides behind you a little bit, Tana, and says, "Oh, okay. Do we cheat these people?"
No, lad. These are priestesses. You talk to priestesses and hope for the best.
Okay. What if you don't know about what a priestess is? I don't know religion. I don't understand their... Like, do they have guidelines? Is there a book I can read on the way in? A pamphlet?
As far as I know, strength is the only rule of law the Buru follow.
Okay. What if your strength is all upstairs?
Don't know what to tell you, lad.
Fuck. All right.
Just do what Bonnie told you, and we'll be here to figure it out when it inevitably goes bad.
Drink and kiss anyone that will let you. I got it.
No, the whole thing about complimenting.
Oh,
made
that
notes.
part. All right. Complimenting. Do I do that before the kissing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. I'll squeeze it in there. Okay. And the five of you walk in through the dark entrance of the temple to Nagakaboros, and as you do, you walk in and you see a couple of acolytes, and you see a woman walking from... There is a large altar at the opposite end of the room, and there are no pews here. This is all... You see that there are placemats on the floor. There is a decent-sized fire at the other end of the room, and the fire cascades a pretty wonderful light across this room that makes some pretty, probably well-designed shadows across the wall of, like, sea serpent type or tentacle creatures across the walls that stretch across the walls of this temple, and a very large, imposing woman. She's probably 6'3", human woman with long, dark hair, and even in the firelight, you can tell she has relatively dark skin, and she has piercing large green eyes. And she walks, and she's holding this kind of lantern-like, almost like a censer, but it's oversized. It's almost round, and probably looks like the thing weighs about 30 pounds. But she's carrying it very casually in her hand, as you would like a purse or something. But you can see that there is green energy kind of swirling inside the censer, and she walks towards the group of you as the acolytes kind of flank you along the sides of the room, and they stand in the corners and they just stand there and watch. They keep a safe distance from all of you. And this Islander woman comes up, very broad-shouldered and muscular, and she looks at the five of you and, what is your business here in the temple? Rumble steps forward a little bit and looks back at for approval to Bonnie.
Bonnie's like I told you.
Oh, mighty wonderfulness, you're great and wonderful looking, and you probably brushed your teeth this morning. I'm so happy to meet you. I need the Kraken lens that I was agreed upon with Kiln, and then you backdoored me, and you made an agreement with Kiln to get the Kraken lens, and it's rightfully mine. Your Highness, I need this Kraken lens for very important matters. And he curtsies. Rumble
And then
curtsies.
Bonnie goes, please.
Please, Madam Priestess Warlord. And he finishes his curtsy and he stands up. He turns around for approval. Okay. He turns back looking optimistically towards the priestess. The priestess never took her eyes off the group of you. Never made eye contact with Rumble, as far as you can tell. She looks at all of you and... Do you let this creature speak for all of you? You want to take...
He's not a creature, he's a Yordle.
Of course.
He's a person. And he speaks for himself. We're here as his friends.
This Kraken lens could help defend the island for months to come. And this
But you can get...
person wants it to play with.
No, he wants it to return home. And it was promised to him first. Kiln backed out on the deal.
She looks around at all of you. Cammy, what kind of cleric are you? What is your affiliation?
Technically, I'm a life cleric.
Okay, do you have any gods or ideals or anything that you align yourself with that would be known in the city? Because these people do come down into the city itself.
She's not necessarily even from here, and she's not the most pious you can be for a cleric. She's trying to do good and be a good person, but she's probably not outwardly wearing a ton of paraphernalia, something they'd recognize, I wouldn't think.
Okay. I was just trying to see if she recognized you as a healer of sorts. I would say probably with your surgery she might recognize that, but you're saying so you're not really prolific in the religious scene. But if you are running out of, oh god, my other notebook thing is downstairs. Son of a gun. If you're running out of the flop house with that famous chick, then I'm going to assume that you are at least your name and your face have been tossed out there.
Okay.
For that
I
reason.
can see that.
For that reason, I think the healing thing she probably doesn't know too much about, especially if you're not open about whatever gods or deities that you gain your power from. She says, Butcher, is it not easier for you to tell your small friend to wait for another Kraken lens to be available and allow me to get back to my work? She looks
Who's she
at you.
addressing with that?
Yeah, you, Cammy. She called you Butcher, but yeah, she's addressing you.
Oh. I've never been called a butcher before. I'm gonna have to add that one to the resume.
Sorry.
What exactly sort of work are you doing with this Kraken lens?
preparing to keep it, to use it to help keep Runeterra safe, all life on the planet, that kind of thing. It may help.
Please, ma'am, allow me 1 minute to confer with the rest of my friends here. What's so important about this thing? Why do we even need it?
So that Rumble here can go to Pilton and we can get rich.
And that's more important than saving the planet.
Well, she said may. She
There's
can't
no
even be
such
sure.
thing. There's no such thing as keeping everyone safe. There's no such thing as saving everyone. It's a fool's errand. Ours has a purpose. Hers is a dream.
Briny does have a point.
Well, you can't save everyone, but isn't that reason to try to do your best to save as many people as you can?
Look,
But she
ma'am,
said
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Cammy, but I don't think this. It's super important. I could save people too, in real life, and not just in like make believe, protect from legends and myths. I could save people.
Now,
Okay, how are you going to save people?
By creating technology that is cutting edge and will help save people.
now, Rumble, as noteworthy as that all sounds, this is the head priestess of the Buru. When she says it's for protection of Runeterra itself, I tend to believe her. Even if it's just to protect against something like heroin.
But
and it kind of just trails off.
But Tana, didn't you say if we just get the odds on our favor, it'll be okay, right? You were the one who told me to be optimistic about that. Can't we? Do you have a spin? Like, do you have a spin thing we can use to get the odds in our favor here? She can find another Kraken lens. She lives here. We don't live here. We want to go.
Tannen, his face gets kind of deathly serious for a second, and then splits open into a smile as he turns back to face Eloy. If and I may, High Priestess, and he does the full kind of shit-eating bow toward her. Our little friend here has... These aren't pretensions to grandeur. We've seen him work. We've seen him operate. I think he can put this technology bit where his dreams are. But that said, I don't think any of us want to step on the well-manicured toes of the High Priestess.
They are beautiful toes.
Like that big around.
She's a beefy one.
Yeah.
Honey.
Oh, Bonnie's like, yeah, she knows.
Yeah.
May I ask, in your infinite wisdom and magnanimity, perhaps you might illuminate us for what the Kraken lens might be used for?
Or is there something that we can offer to convince you to allow us to have it?
One of you can make this persuasion check with advantage.
I probably...
I have a +7.
So just for context, let me... Here's fan art. This is not actual legitimate art, but it suits the purpose much better. Of there we go, of Alawi. It's on stream. But
Yeah, Bonnie has a higher persuasion.
Okay.
Tannen's better at lying and intimidating.
okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
22.
Okay. The high priestess looks at you and looks down at you and is kind of.
Bonnie's looking up at her and just kind of doing the whole smile and.
You Bilgewater folk with your tongues are very charismatic.
Be very persuasive with it as well.
This lens could be help us see a heroine coming. May never be needed to be used. May go bad before use, but may help. What are you willing to do to allow the Buru to wait for the next one to arrive?
Bonnie's like, what would you like? Because there's not a whole lot I haven't done, darling.
I think what my companion here is trying to so gracefully indicate intimate to you. So,
It's a good word.
For the right coin or the right transaction, perhaps we can, all of us, benefit from mutually beneficial relationship.
The
Do you see another harrowing happening soon?
There's no way to ever tell when the harrowing is happening,
Of course, my mistake.
but we try to be ready. The Buru do not use coins. It is a foolish system, and we have seen what it does to your people. How long are you to stay in Bilgewater?
Well, we're staying as long as it takes for our friend here to finish what it is that he needs to do. Then we're going to Piltown, and then we'll probably be right back.
If you agree to stay for 8 weeks and help keep peace in Bilgewater on the behalf of the Buru, I will allow your friend to purchase the lens. But should you leave in the 8 weeks, Nagakaboros will pull you from the sea and kill you.
Rumble dear, how soon do you need to be in Piltown? Can it wait another 8 weeks?
That's a great question. Let me have him roll for that. I might be able to wait that long.
It'll give you a chance to practice your pirating skills.
I don't think I'm such a good pirate.
Well, give us 8 more weeks, darling.
I'll be owning my own ship then, right?
Of course.
All right. Well, if we can find work for 8 weeks, can we do that?
In Bilgewater, as long as you got a strong sword arm, there's work for you.
It sounds like our work will be protecting the people. That's what the priestess just said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what if we don't have a strong sword arm?
You've got a strong brain, remember?
I do.
Brain.
I do.
Your-
Yeah.
Your brain arm, Rumble. Your brain arm.
Oh, that's an invention right there. Maybe it'll give me
Bilge-
time to develop my brain arm.
Bilgewater could use more of the latter than the former. At least in my
Okay. All right, I'm okay if everybody's okay with it. Cammy, are you okay with staying in Bilgewater?
Well, I'm a people helper first and foremost, and you could probably use some pointers on how to stop problems, and as opposed to causing them. So, yeah.
You could teach me how to like be a pirate without getting stabbed. I think they're gonna get me stabbed. It's like whispering to you, I think they're gonna get me stabbed.
No, you're probably gonna get stabbed. That's an occupational hazard, especially when you spend days going around getting fucked.
Oh man. I have such little body mass to get stabbed. Okay. But you'll patch me up, right?
Exactly. I will. You fluffy little thing. That.
Pat him on his little spiny. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Your Majesty, Lady Priestess, Lady thing. We accept your offer. 8 weeks of service to Bilgewater, and I will be able to buy the Kraken lens instead of you stealing it from me. Hooray! You are muted.
Yeah, I saw. Instead of the priestess acquiring it, don't anger the priestess.
Oh. Instead of you acquiring it from under me. Let me make a persuasion check on his behalf. 13? What do you say? +2 maybe. So 15. Very well. Do your service. Help us quell these streets, as I fear the bones are telling me that there is civil unrest afoot. And 8 weeks' time, you are released from this debt. Should you try to leave before then, Nagakaboros will know, and you will be killed promptly.
I roll my eyes.
Yeah, sure, lady. Yep.
Bonnie's thinking civil unrest. Isn't that usually what I caused? Yeah.
We're the cause and the cure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're the inside person.
If you left, there would be less civil unrest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want us to help, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Alawi agrees, and as she smacks the side of this large circular sensor, a humming sound resonates from the sensor, and a plume of like misty smoke like stuff puffs out of it and then drifts down to the floor and dissipates across the floor of the temple. Okay. I will send word to the tiefling at the slaughter docks, and you can pick the Kraken lens up there.
Thank you, darling. So gracious of you. And if there's really anything that we can do, anything at all.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. I want to see her disposition towards your...
With disadvantage?
Yeah.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. She does a small smile in the corner of her mouth because she's not a very affectionate person. This particular one. Behave.
No, but it's no fun.
She shushes all of you away and turns around very quickly and begins to walk back through the temple. You're not sure if there was a smile on the face as she's walking away or not, but she turned pretty quickly to not address any of you with that. You're all ushered out of the temple, and you're free to go. Rumble stands there in front of the temple. You guys are almost at the Eyrie. Like, the temple is 7/8 of the way up the hill to the Eyrie, and you can see all the buildings at the start of the Eyrie right here. Rumble's like, okay, I will go down and make sure this happens. What are you guys going up? Are you gonna go like hang out and stuff, or are we going? Where should we meet? Do you want to go back down to the blazing high
Repeat after me. Brazen.
Okay.
Hydra.
Brazen Hydra. Cool. That sounds much better when you say it.
Didn't Patton instruct you that you should not do your pirating on your own?
No pirating. I'm just gonna go collect the lens.
I think someone should go with the little guy because you've been trying to teach him how to be a pirate, and if you've done really, really good job, he's probably just gonna run away with the lens.
God,
and
no.
Cammy's right. If you're not alone, there's a slimmer chance you'll be stabbed.
I'm not worried about being stabbed with Kiln. I'm worried about being stabbed 95% of everywhere else here. I can handle this. Just have faith, and yeah, give me a chance, and then I can stand on my own feet, and then we can meet, and I can say, "Ha! I did it! I'm a pirate!" Instead of, "Oh, you helped me again," like every other time, the entire time we're here.
Have you ever heard of a pirate that's a crew of one? Pirates are part of a team. A crew.
Theoretically, you wouldn't hear of them because they're probably doing their job right, and they would be a crew of one under the radar.
All right, lad. I'll go with you. Make sure nothing goes wrong.
Okay.
Least I can do.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fast forward. Makes sense. It makes sense to you want to accompany him, and that's very good. We're gonna fast forward and say that he goes down, he talks to Kiln, and whoever comes with him goes down and talks to the Kiln, which is a pretty uneventful situation. Kiln doesn't believe it at first. Then a representative from the temple shows up as Rumble is there, and oh, bing bang boom, the deal is made. Rumble gets the lens. Super excited. Rumble branches off to go do his own thing. Are all three of you meeting at the Brazen Hydra, or four of you rather, meeting at the Brazen Hydra for some drinks to to decompress after the fight earlier and after all this bullshit with Rumble? I'd say that because I want the piratey part of this evening to flow as one thing. Let us say that as the afternoon rolls along, Rumble and whoever else accompanied him down to the slaughter docks returns. He's very grateful. He holds the Kraken lens like this, and he says, "I'm going to go tinker with it. I'll catch up with all of you later. Thank you so much. It means so much to me." And all of you, it is now evening, and you know this is when it really kicks into gear. Pirate Town really gets fun, especially for folk like Bonnie and Tannen who are, playing the games and fighting and drinking, and this is really where it kicks in. So as the evening begins to ramp up, all of you are caught up in your hit points. There's been short rests. And nobody's really. Cammy used one spell slot, but that's it. All of you are getting ready to partake in the evening's events, and they are sure to be eventful. As you all make your way to the Brazen Hydra, I think that's where we're going to kind of fade away as you all walk in. And by the sounds of it from the outside, it sounds like they are. The evening's fun has already started, and you're gonna get in there, and we will partake at the beginning of next week's game. Thank you for joining us so much, everyone, and this is almost exactly where I wanted to let off. Thank you so much, players, for giving me the little bit of extra time here, as I didn't want to rush the whole Rumble thing because it matters. Things matter. Him failing certain things matter, and him gaining certain things matter. So, kudos. We will Join up next week, next Friday, for presumably the conclusion of this campaign. It was very short. The material offered in D&D Beyond is good, but it's very short and very streamlined. I added a bunch of stuff just to make this like 4 sessions long, and so we just didn't have combat, the end. Thank you. So we're going to add some extra stuff in here, and we'll have it matter come end product in the game. So yes, thank you so much everyone for joining us. Let's go around and do our outros. Ian, let us know a little what you think about today's game.
So
any closing thoughts?
I really like the setting and the kind of the adventure path. I haven't read through all of it because I wanted some stuff to kind of be a surprise. I have played League before, so I know kind of some of the characters and situations that are popping up. I think positive in terms of the adventure and the kind of slice of setting we got. It's interesting. There's a lot of groundwork laid to do your own homebrew version campaign in Bilgewater. You have a lot of different character hooks, a lot of different mini adventure hooks all throughout the document. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, download it before you get off. And yeah, like I love it. I love playing with all of you. I think the one kind of downfall is that, like a lot of stuff in 5th edition, making this very engaging and having something to do every session is really square on the DM shoulders, especially here, because you have a lot of beginnings but not a lot of development from one to, and like Stalwart brought up, he's put in the work to make this 4 sessions, but you can easily do this what material they have in 1 or 2 sessions. You know, it's a playground, but it's not a very big playground, at least. So I think that would be my own quote-unquote professional criticism of this particular, let's say, module.
Yeah, it's a little mini adventure. It's probably best suited as two sessions, but you could even possibly cram it into 1. But no, we need more context for that, especially for those just now entering this world for the first time. And so I just added a bunch of goofy shit and fun times. So and yeah, we're gonna whip out some gambling and some fighting and stuff next week for some bar fun, and then we will hopefully end up with a dramatic ending here. Next up we have Jillian. Jillian, can you let us know who you are, where to find you, and any closing thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, I'm Jillian of Midgard, most places on the internet, Jill of Midgard on Twitter. I really like this build. I play a lot of barbarians, and I love having a little bit more like magic-y, kind of mystery-esque kind of features to the path, is more than you just hit stuff harder or whatever. I've had a cat on top of my notes pretty much all game, but so he's finally leaving. So yeah, I make Dungeons and Dragons game enhancement tools, like my character sheets that I'm using and stuff like that are really fun. And I think I might have to make like a pirate themed one after this. We'll have to maybe do a kind of like a nautical themed one, because that was fun. I'd love to run this this place, this kind of module, but build it out like you did for my own player someday, and like add stuff to it. It's a good bones, so then you add the flesh to it, and then you get the flesh torn off by giant sharks. So
yes, there. That thing was a lot. Yeah, it's pretty deadly on paper, but it has to get a hold of you. And with your with you being able to easily pass the athletics check, I think it can throw you 20 feet even in the water. If you fail the athletics save, so you would have been getting ready to get out, and then whoosh, toss you in the water. Now, granted, Bryony can teleport, but yeah, I think that was it's very cool. Plus, it's got other shit going on. But yeah, that's. You're right. I love the setting, man. I love this setting, and the more I delve into the lore, because there is pretty extensive lore on the world. Very much enjoy it. Maybe we'll do a full campaign sometime in this world. We'll see. Very much enjoying what we have going on here. Strider, thank you so much for joining us, and yeah, very, very, very excited to get you on board. I haven't yet got to play a full campaign with you, and this is as close as we've got so far. Very excited, and yeah, we missed out on that one opportunity we almost had because of the world being crazy.
No, not permanently.
Yeah, that's right. I need to learn City of Mists. I need to learn it so that I can run it, and I'm very excited. But went and got both the books and was very excited, and then now I just...
We should do a mini campaign and then the full one.
Yeah, I just need to take the time to sit down with the books, and that's very... Finding that kind of quiet time, especially when my kids are here most of the time now, that is very, very difficult to come across. But, so who are you? Where can we find you? And any closing thoughts on today?
Hey, my name's Strider Heap, and that's also my Twitter handle. I just have to parrot everyone else's sentiments. I feel like it's a good launching off point. The whole theme, motif, it makes me want to go pilot a ship out into the ocean and just start attacking people, pillaging, seeing what kind of fleet I can build up, you know.
Yet the great thing about this is, and it's kind of set up to be able to do that as far as the bones, what Jillian was saying, or Ian rather, is that this slaughter, how this Bilgewater runs is that they have fleets of pirates and their own ships go out and hunt these sea monsters, because with one ship alone, a lot of times you can't take down these huge sea monsters. They will like form up in a group to take down these sea monsters, and then they all bring it back in, and then they have to oversee and make sure they're not getting gypped on the price for selling out the parts, and they have other pirates to worry about trying to encroach on their profits because they had to work with them to get it done. You know what I mean? It's a very cool economic game, as well as a seafaring game. So maybe that's something we could explore in the future. That'd be cool if they come out with mechanics for that. But yeah.
And it's fun to be bad without being evil, if that makes sense. Like, you could be a bad pirate, you could be morally bankrupt a little bit, but you don't have to outright like be evil. That's always fun.
That's true. Yes. That's very true.
And like going off that, I think it's also people. I've read people really lament that the other two pillars of the 3-pillar system kind of are again regulated more to DM. I think this is a really great skeleton to get your players involved in stuff like exploration, social aspects of the game. Just because, like Jillian said, like you can be a not good character, right, without being outright evil. And like Stalwart brought up, this is a module where exploration will get you places, and where building up a fleet or really leaning into the whole pirate angle can get your players out there doing stuff that's different. Dungeon crawl, I think this is kind of the direction I want to see material from kind of addressed, since Wizards of the Coast hasn't given us that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the closest was Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and that's not a piratey adventure. It's just not even really nautical, really. I think that was a lot of river systems and things like that, like inland water stuff. But they did come out with some ship rules and stuff like that, which are useful. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll come out with something. If not, maybe we can make something. Yay! And speaking of making something, Cleric, you make this game very special. I'm so glad you're here, and thank you for muscling through this. And yeah, and in consideration of your family wearing the mask, and also managing to get into this with us as well. So yeah, can you tell us who you are, where to find you, and any closing thoughts?
I'm Kat. I'm at Cleric of Cord. That's where you can find me on Twitter and hanging out in different Discords. I would like to next place you can find me is this coming week is the premiere week over at An Encounter Roleplay, and I'll be playing a different kind of female warrior on Thursdays as a Klingon in Star Trek Adventures, because I just released a Klingon module, and I am very excited. Guapa! And anyways, so but yeah, as far as this adventure goes, what I really like about it, I have no knowledge, no history of the lore, any of this. This is I walked into this cold, but what you guys have been saying triggers for me is, if you are somebody who enjoys the setting, who knows the setting, who's played the games, you know the characters, you know the NPCs, what this does is it gives you a basis to create your own campaign. It says, okay, these are how these characters work as NPCs. This is how the setting works. These are hooks. These are plot hooks, beginnings that you have. Take this, run with it. You know that you have these pirate fleets. Okay, so build your pirate fleets. You can use this to create, if not a homebrew, at least a home game version of this within this setting, because it's saying this is how we're showing you how we did this, so that you can take that information and then create your own or move forward with it. You know how Yordle is started out. You know how the priestess is started out. How Kiln is that. All of these things. So you've got those building blocks. Take them, create your own. You know, use this module as a template for creating your own. If this is a setting that you know and that you love and you want to explore, I don't see any reason why anybody who's DM'd before and feels comfortable with creating homebrew or diving into that wouldn't be able to put that together. So I think, you know, even if they don't come out with more, you've got a pretty solid basis here to take it and run with it. Which, I mean, and I love being a pirate. I will say that what happened in the temple with the priestess, that went a whole lot better than I thought it was going to.
Well,
I figured we were going to die.
Yeah, those checks went pretty well.
Yeah,
Pretty well.
Wasn't sure that was gonna end well for us. I was like, oh, okay, so this is where we're gonna end it 3 sessions and not 4, because we all just died in the temple. But no, it's been fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the finale next week. And thank you for letting me be silly and piratey and all that good stuff.
You like
And
Jillian?
I love this cast this class, this renegade subclass. As far as the weapons go for guns, you know, I did have a chance to go look at, you know, what Mercer put together for his gunfighter, and I kind of like this more. I'll be honest, I really do. I mean, if I was gonna bring a gunfighter into another D&D game, I'd be wanting to use this subclass instead, because I really like the rules. I like the way it's written. The wording could be clearer, but I like the abilities that they put into it.
Yeah, a lot of options. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just amazed. Thank you guys so much, and yeah, let's have some fun next week, and let's finish up with this material. Hopefully we can come back to this in some fashion, into the setting. I have already started to write out and do a bare bones thing on a subclass for each class, like D&D Beyond. Just they did 3 right here, but a Rumble is a subclass, and I was thinking maybe for the other, the other 8 classes, maybe do a subclass based on characters like these ones were. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. If you're not part of the Discord, come hang out with us on Discord. We do these community one-shots. We just pull people out of the community and play some games. Not always D&D. We do some other systems as well. And yeah, we'll just play some games and have fun. We have campaigns running on Twitch now that we're back up and running. We took a week off this COVID thing, and then we have family events and all kinds of things, real life stuff. Tends to take precedence sometimes, but yeah, we're usually here like at least twice a week, and yeah, want to play some games and have fun and just spend time together. And yeah, what else? YouTube, check out our YouTube channel. I'd really love to get over 1,000 subs by the end of the year. Not sure it'll happen, but that would be fantastic. We're slowly climbing up there. I do educational D&D stuff on there right now. Hopefully other systems in the future. I really need to push at learning other systems, because I'm not one of those people who want to release trying to help other people if I don't know what I'm doing. Not into that. So I like to learn other systems, to post other systems stuff on there as well. But yeah, we'll see everyone back here tomorrow for our Dark Matter campaign, our D&D 5e Dark Matter campaign, Ventures in the Verse with DM Derek Sword. Very cool, fun time. D&D in space, not Spelljammer, but Spelljammer adjacent, more sci-fi and less magical, but very fun. And yeah, and then we'll see everyone back here next Saturday for the finale of Dark Tides of Bilgewater. Thank you everyone very much. Have a wonderful week. Remember, unity is strength. Stand together and stay safe, and we'll see everyone next week. Bye.
Dark Matter's got a new Kickstarter running. Go check it out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, check it out. Yes.
Yeah,
I have to
just launched.
Thank you. I have to message them on Twitter and ask them a question, because I'm getting ready to do my pledge thing there, and I'm trying to decide what tier, and I need to have a question for them. So, Mage Hand Press, got a question for you coming.
Yes.
Have a great week, everyone. See you next week.